All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to session 2.0 of the Evernight Saga. When last we had been all together, our players had been in a place known as the Enchanted Pixie Inn, a lovely little town known as Stockston. Unfortunately, though, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, as Allie, our resident huntress, had managed to disarm one of the enemies listed within said inn, only for them to still pull the trigger and kill their own ally in cold blood. We come to find out after that had been taken care of that person nearby had been extorted by them in exchange for someone's soul. Now, one of our allies, Nasha, had already promised to give a little bit of aid, but not everybody was on the same keel. And that is how we slowly introduce our session for today. As the world slowly turns and life fills once more everyone's bodies, our perspective cuts to a lone traveler coming in from the stalks, wiping little bits of glowing dust off of their nice, tight tunic and leatherings. They have been adventuring through the stalks for some time. Almost elvish in appearance, with pointed ears and sharp eyes, they've been making short work of traveling through the Glowstalk forest, coming quickly upon Stockston in search of information. It is upon this that this wonderful person comes into the Enchanted Pixie Inn. Mycella, this is the situation you find yourself coming into. You have opened the doors of the Enchanted Pixie Inn, noticing that there's a dead body not far from the general central open way. Another body's been torn to shreds and slashes all over. You see an enraged woman draped in a tunic, blonde hair splayed, and blood everywhere. Still very aggressive at one of the corpses, as if they'd only just recently managed to finish polishing them off. Some of the other allies stand nearby. In fact, one Nasha is still in the company of a young child, offering them comfort and assistance in this troubled time. So I ask you, how would you like to address the world today? In my campaigns, we have three components per turn unless we're in combat, which is movement, roleplay, and general checks and interactions. So, how would you like to start things off?
Um, I would like to start off with roleplay. And start off by just simply saying, "What in the hell happened here?"
Who would your roleplay target be today? If you do not have somebody in mind, please roll a d10 minus 1.
6.
Why, how wonderful. On a 6 on the dice, that would put Mirth as your person to interact with. I shall put 4 minutes on the clock. Time is yours, ladies and gents. Have fun.
What happened here?
Well, a whole lot of shit. Whole lot of shit.
Care to explain?
Someone said some words. I pulled out a punchline, and here we are.
A punchline.
You see me tap the mace. It's on my shoulder. It hits every time.
Uh-huh. Hmm. And this all occurred over that?
You know, this has just been a weird couple of days. Plant monsters, two-headed deer. This place is just fucked.
Yes, I can agree. Things have been weird, rather weird lately. Um, and this just adds to it. Do, do you need help?
Me? No, I'm great.
What about your companions?
I just look around. I don't think we really have a whole lot of issue. Just trying to figure out next thing to do.
Well, I'm looking. Hopefully, you or someone can help me. I'm looking for aid. You see,
Well,
paid for my
I
growth.
know. Well, I know there's been a lot of crazy things happening. We have a some kids running through portals, um, heading to the Bloodstone Ridge. I'm not sure if that will help you any. Um, yeah, it's got a lot going on.
Interesting. Interesting indeed.
So yeah, I mean, I'm always down for a good scuffle and help out folks in need. So if you need help, I got you.
Well, I appreciate that. You're the first person to tell me that. I've been looking and looking and looking, and no one seems to want to help me.
Well, that's because people are generally assholes.
You can say that again.
Yeah, I learned that in the Crimson Pits. Yeah, all they want to see is fighting. They don't need harmony.
Harmony is what was, and what I look to bring back into where I come from.
Fair enough. And you see me sit down in a chair and I kick my cloven hooves up onto the table and just kind of cross them and take a swig of my drink.
Mind if I have a drink with you?
Feel free.
My
And
name's
I slide
Marcella.
her one of my I slide you one of my Spore Cat Mead bottles. Uh, I am Mirth.
I'm Marcella. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah, they call me Mirth. I pretty much only deal in tomfoolery, sass, and overkill.
Well, you will learn very quickly about me that I tend to blend in with the shadows.
Fair enough. Glad to have you on board. And then
Absolutely.
you can I just gesture around the room and I point out my comrades. And yeah, we calling out all came in here together and we just sticking together and seeing what's what.
Yeah, I look around the room and I take everyone in.
Beautiful. As you've been talking with your new friend, the sounds of the inn around you just kind of blend into the background. People clinking glasses, eating food, talking in hushed voices, some boisterous laughter, the sound of a lyre and a lute off in the distance being played somewhat skillfully by a nearby bard in training. Things seem to be pleasant at first. Would you like to roll for me an investigation?
19.
Oh, beautiful. Because DM rolled a 2. Oh no,
Yeah.
it was a 2. So, as you've been searching around the bar, you notice that there's some rooms up on the secondary balcony. Hushed voices can still be heard from some of them, but others seem to not have any general life around them. The sounds within the pub hush. As you start to notice some things, the barman's been keeping a very wary eye of things. The bottle that's been handed to you is dusty, old, and it reminds you vaguely of home. The smells that are assaulting you from being inside the inn are new to you, as some you are not familiar with some of the types of meats and spices that are being worked with, almost as if they come from an otherworldly place. You are very in tune with the wild, but this is not the wild you find yourself in. This is civilized, more cultured. The bottle you have, the spore capped wine, you'll notice that particular type of mead, well, you're very susceptible to it. So if you were to drink any of it, you would have -7 applied to all of your stats.
Marcella tends to carry a flask of her own that she has from back home. It's like a special brew from the groves that she's used to. So she tends to just stick with that and water.
Understandable. Do you choose to take a sip from your flask and slide the bottle of mead into your inventory?
Absolutely.
All right. As you take a little sip from your flask, a cool sensation washes over you. As the literal taste of home you carry with you, it's very easily a reminder of the journey yet ahead. Finding these people, you feel a certain sense from them, as if going where they go may lead you to the ultimate answer you seek. Especially as your senses become attuned, and you notice one of your allies is more wild than the rest. Your preternatural senses pick up that one of your allies is very much in tune with the wilds of this space, and is not exactly as they appear to be. So you have a sense that you can trust them. You hear in the distance the small wails of a child sniffling and crying to themselves as the recent fate of their family has been discerned. You see over in the corner one of your allies, a young entity with a spiked tail of sorts, still comforting the young one. You see there's another nearby, very tall individual, offering silent support and assistance. Do you choose to interact with them, or do you choose to interact with something else around the inn?
Um, the uh, the individual helping the child.
Beautiful. I shall put about, let's call it 6 minutes, since there's two of them together helping the child. So, Mycella, Norun, Nasha, time is yours. Have a little fun, you three.
Hello, what happened?
Just a bit of family trouble and people getting into things that they shouldn't be, but I'm I'm taking care of it. There ain't gonna be any problem. Just gonna take a little bit for me to get my sources caught up.
Well,
Indeed.
if you have to, go ahead.
Indeed. Things are going to be dealt with.
Well, if there's any help that you could use assistance with, I'd be happy to help you. Um, I'm not quite sure what exactly you're needing help with, though.
Well, what I do eh, might not pertain to you or your abilities. Oh, well, shoot, where are my manners? Name's Nasha.
I'm Mycella. Nice to meet you.
I am
Pleasure.
Norun.
Norun, you said.
I
It's very nice to meet you.
Just got extra connections where I come from. They might be able to both get little one's sister back and make sure that they don't have to deal with the scum that is putting them in trouble again.
indeed.
Scum, you say?
Hmm.
What scum do you speak of? Are they here?
No, 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 no. I don't know the figure. I just know what I heard from outside the door that this is something that they're in a bit over their heads, and I'd like to break them out of it because young people, they don't need to get tied up in this sort of thing.
Some things are
Uh-huh.
just best for young ones not to get included in.
I've got a meetup slot. I've just got to make sure I can get in contact with my outer source.
And I will be going with, just in case.
How do you get in touch with your outer source?
Let's just say with me, things aren't always as they seem.
You know, I have secrets myself.
Don't we all?
Likely. But I'm not one to pry into other people's things unless they're wanting me to. Or if it brings me my own help. But either way, I'm not one to be nosy.
Ooh, but curiosity. She begets me.
As they say, curiosity kills the cat.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
not wrong.
but
But I'm what you would say sort of a demonish lineage. Not exactly tiefling, but not exactly demon either. Bit different.
interesting. Not I'm not running and screaming, but interesting.
Why'd you want to run and scream from little on me? It's not like I can do anything. Though I did sting that two-headed beast with my tail.
Out of the
Well,
two
I
of us,
mean,
you're more likely to run from me than Nasha.
well, that's good to know. Typically the things run from me, so this is I like this. Y'all are normal, and I haven't been around that in a very long time. You see, things have
Normal. That's something I ain't heard about me in about a millennia.
I've never
well,
heard the word normal when someone talks about me.
well, okay, let's be real. I'm not normal either, but
Who is at this point, really?
yeah, but you see, things have been different, and things have been rather zombie-esque lately around where I'm from. So
Rotten.
mind you, I'm not used to the living.
The undead.
Yes.
That is something I know well.
Well, maybe I could use your help then.
Speaking of which, that was a wonderful combined roleplay. Make sure you guys give yourself a plot point for that.
Ooh, plot point.
We will move our turn over to Norun. And it's ironic you offered to give help for here's your opportunity.
Woo! Back into roleplay. Because I cut off.
If that is your
very
wish.
Inconvenient time.
If you wish, I can put more time on the clock, but I do have to make sure people's turns are adhered to at some point. What do you wish?
For this moment in time, because that conversation was cut off abruptly, to continue the conversation.
Then I will put 6 minutes back on the clock. Let me know when you guys have had a little bit of time to finish your talking out, and I'll have some things waiting for you on the other side. In the meantime, have fun.
As you were saying.
Yeah. Um zombies, you see, just started popping up.
Could you give me any more details on the exact, I wouldn't say possibility, but probability? nor a probable reason why.
I have a suspicion, but I wasn't able to do much research before being pushed out and told to mind my business. So you see, things just started happening, and creatures started changing, and it spread like
Changing.
wildfire.
Fire is something I also know well, but changing in which way?
Becoming husk-like, empty, and soulless.
I see. There's a whole host of things that could have happened. And I'm certain we will figure it out. As we typically do in these sort of situations. But
Well,
I feel like
I certainly hope so, because there's great things at stake if this proceeds on further.
if it spreads farther, yes. But for now, first things first, we need to focus on one thing. Would you like to join me and Nasha on what we are doing? Because there's a chance we could figure out on the way, we could figure out maybe some hints as to what is happening with you.
I would like that. I would like that a lot.
What says you, Nasha?
I wouldn't mind it.
Very well. Then I suppose that's sorted.
Just, it might get a little complicated. Just, don't question it.
Complicated.
Isn't everyone used to complicated here?
You think, but I've definitely gotten some look for some things that I have done in outer places.
Well, I'm sure we must be on our way. Time is of the essence, after all.
Fair enough.
If it is all right with the other two, I would say that's the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Fuck.
Perfect. As
My hiccups
well, maybe
are
not so
very
perfect
violent.
based on that.
I've never figured out why my hiccups literally just come straight from my chest and give my body an entire fucking spasm, and I can't control it, and they fucking hurt.
Oh, I feel that.
I'm afraid your
Oh.
body gave you some vicious mockery. But however, that does make things rather poignant, Norun, as you are starting to slowly gather yourself mentally and physically for going off. You mentioned helping Nasha. To that end, you kind of signal the bartender to slide you over a key. All he does is wait expectantly. Do you accept the charge of 1 copper?
I do.
Very easily, you plunk a copper out of your coin bag, flip it up onto the counter. You swipe the key. You gesture towards your allies, upwards towards the second floor, where you can have a little bit of privacy to communicate and help Nasha with her various needs. Would you like to do an investigation? Would you like to do any other rolls before we pass turn?
Before I do any rolls, I would like to hand over the bow and quiver I have to words, man. Mycella.
Understandable. Do you accept this exchange of items, Mycella? Is that a yes on the table?
You are allowed to respond. He talked to you directly.
Oh, yes, sorry. I was doing
Okay.
something in the process. I got a little sidetracked.
It is perfectly all right. No worries. So, a bow, a quiver, and the entire contents of the quiver, saying about 20 arrows or so, are very easily slid over to you. You can
And
add
also a
them to
few
your
potions.
inventory and equipment. And if, which potions? So that way the player knows.
No, a few torches, because those I had also put those in the quiver because it was easier to travel that way.
Ah, thank you. So yes, you have a small handful of torches as well into the quiver. That might come in handy later. So, as you hand over the bow, the quiver, the arrows that are inside, as well as the torches, what is it you'd like to do now?
Investigate, look around a bit more. Norin didn't actually get the chance to look around.
Understandable. Challenge is a 6. That's doable, right?
Hopefully. If my dice didn't fall off of the thing I'm rolling on.
Fingers can be crossed.
11.
Oh, no problem overcoming the challenge. On 11, you're very easily able to notice that there's all types of walks of life here at the inn. Some from higher nobility, some from lower lives quality, and even those of squalor and fieldwork, all gathering around various tables with meads and fine foods. Bards and minstrels in the corner are practicing their various skills, trying to get better, but not too much accolade or fanfare. Just the general vibe of a comfortable inn, although there does seem to be something a little odd about this place to you. As if there's an undercurrent of something, but you can't quite put your finger on it at the moment. It might become clear with a little time.
Okay. I'm ready to end my turn.
Beautiful. Then we will pop that over to an ally who is downstairs. Allie.
See.
So, Allie, not too long ago, you'd literally beaten the pulp out of a gentleman after literally blasting his arm to the side of the bar. He still managed, however, to get that critical shot off and kill his ally. You were left with a mysterious note from the barman telling you to head to Bloodstone Gulch. Where do you choose to address your attention? As usual, you have your components for the turn: roleplay, movement, investigation checks, and all those wonderful things. Where do we find your mind heading first, I wonder?
I think um so the new arrival is upstairs, right?
Yes, the new arrival has head upstairs with Nasha and Norun.
Where is so everybody else is downstairs?
Yes. Nedim is still over at the bar.
I think I'm gonna talk to
Yes.
Mirth. I'm gonna role play with Mirth.
Coming. I had a feeling in my bones I was coming, so I'll pop about 4 minutes on the clock, maybe a little more, depending on what you gentlemen need, and we'll let you go ahead and have some fun. Enjoy.
So, Mirth, you ready to go?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
And I look around, make sure nobody's looking, I take the ball that I had because, from what I remember, I poured the last of it on that guy, and I take it and I put it in a pouch that I have, and I nod to the bartender, um, and at this point, um, I don't even acknowledge anybody else in the room except Mirth, and I walk out. But as we're walking out, um, I kind of, I'm still doing the role play element here. I'm kind of explaining things first. Um, so as we're walking out, I'm kind of, asking certain questions or kind of explaining certain things. So this is where I'm getting into that part of it. So here we go.
Do you know why I was asking around?
Yeah, what's going on?
So, before I came here, before I got involved in all this, there was a man that I used to, well, I was really close with. And I haven't seen or heard from him in 3 weeks. And I'm kind of getting a little worried. I told him I wouldn't contact him, promised him I wouldn't, but something tells me in my gut that something's off. So that's why we're heading to Bloodstone Gulch. And I kind of didn't want to do it alone.
Hey man, I understand. Let's see what we can find out, and we can take care of your friend and all the more for that.
Right.
So that, I think I'll end the role play there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You two are gearing up and ready to head out without much more of a look towards the bar, any of its, various customage. You guys make your way off and away from Stockston, very quickly gaining speed, as if the brew is aiding you in your journey, giving you a little extra wind in your sails. We'll say it takes about half an hour or so for you to easily start making some distance away from the town. Though the half an hour passes pretty quickly. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn before we address our next player?
Are we at the destination at this point?
No, you have started
No.
making your way toward.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
You've made it an hour's distance.
Okay, I just double checking here. Yeah, I think I'll end my turn from
For
here.
reference, you are in the Glowstone Forest. Okay, just for reference, so you and the other players know, you and Mirth have made your way deeper into the Glowstalk Forest, where the stalks get thicker and the glow gets more dim. So that will bring us to our fourth player for the day, Mirth. It's almost like it's lining up perfectly.
Serendipity.
So, Mirth,
Let's
you
talk it
are
out.
setting forth. Oh, absolutely. You are setting off forth with Allie deeper into the Glowstalk Forest in the direction of Bloodstone Gulch, trusting in Allie's sense of direction and the fact that they haven't led you astray so far. You're very easily going along for the journey. My question is, though, what is it you like to do in this moment? Do you want to do an investigation to your surroundings? Do you choose to scavenge around and look for anything? What is it you do in this moment? Help
I think
me to
we
understand the
continue
world from your eyes.
continuing the role play.
Oh, absolutely. I will slap another 4 minutes up on the clock. Today's the day of roleplay, it seems, and it cannot get any better. Or maybe it can. Let's see. In the meantime, 4 minutes on the clock. Go for it and have fun.
All right. So, Allie, talk to me. Who's this missing person?
I kind of hesitate for a minute because my thoughts are kind of on him at the moment.
His name is Ivan, and I actually met him in a tavern um, a while back. He was seeing me get courted by a whole bunch of individuals, even though I definitely showed I wasn't interested. And he was the only one that asked to get me away from all of it. And as you know, um, I'm a werewolf, but I kind of kept that hidden from him for a while, and that's kind of why I isolate myself. A lot of people don't like the fact that I'm that way. Um, so him being a hunter is kind of convenient, but at the same time inconvenient because sometimes I would steal his kills. But you know, it is what it is. But at one point during that, I ended up getting hunted, and he tried to buy me time to get away, and it almost cost him his life. I ended up turning him, saving his life, and not long after that was the last time I saw him. So,
That's, you did the right thing in saving your friend. And if we're going to Bloodstone Ridge for someone important to you, we're gonna go there. We're gonna smash some heads, and I can dramatically shout his name as we're knee deep in this cursed moss.
you know, he and I were at the start of a relationship at that point, but I never really got to go through with it.
Well, are you more worried they're gone, or worried he's still alive and needs help?
I'm more afraid of what he got himself into than anything.
Well, I clap Allie on the back, and say, "Hey, man, either way, we're gonna find him or what's left of him, and we'll bring him back. Or we're gonna lay that Bloodstone Ridge low trying."
I give him a small smile, and I'm like, I appreciate that.
Now let's go fuck some shit up.
Fuck yeah.
And then I just keep walking and keep following Allie's lead.
Beautiful. If you are walking deeper into the forest, would you like to do an investigation roll for me then?
I would love that very much.
Here comes DM rolling
Nice.
low in 3, 2. Catch it for 5. Aha! Called it. That's a 4.
My favorite number.
Not what you want to hear on a golf course, but fine for today. What have you got?
All right. It's an investigation, correct?
Yes, that's investigation.
I still got
make
a
sure you
4.
add your bonuses and all those wonderful. you
Got a 4.
match the DM. What is your bonuses?
That's I rolled a 2 and I have a +2.
Oh, so you just matched the DM. I had to clarify. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, having matched the DM, it's almost like, your battle hardened senses start to kick in, having, fought many times in the dark. You can hear the various sounds of the wildlife, scrapings along the mushroom stalks, skidding across the forest floor. You can see flashes of multicolored lights as the animals flit along the stalks and the brush. You can see that there's a worn animal trail not far from your general location right now. Something big has come through there recently. The tracks are huge, bigger than you and your ally head to head. Seems to be vaguely in the shape of some lupin creature, as far as you could tell.
Yeah, I point over to the tracks and I say, "Well, it was definitely squirrel tracks."
Roll for me a deception, and if you would, what is your passive intuition, Allie, or passive perception in this case?
Passive perception is 14.
Okay, so in order to deceive your ally into saying about it's just a squirrel, you're gonna have to do better
No,
than
no,
a 14 on a.
I said no. I'm sorry. I said it's definitely not a. Those definitely aren't squirrel tracks.
Oh, I thought you said these are squirrel tracks. That'd be the greatest deception I've heard all day.
They're definitely not squirrel tracks.
Okay, I retract the need for the dice roll. Apologies.
At
No
this
worries.
point, can I do an investigation on it?
Yes, please do. The challenge to see if you can identify what the tracks are. That's a 19 for the DM. Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Hold on just a moment.
I have a feeling you're still going to pass this one.
We'll see. Investigation, correct? Yes. Nope. I got a 15.
What is your bonuses on top of that 15?
That is a +4.
You matched me. That's what I figured was going to happen. It's almost like I could tell how these dice roll. Minimum in order to match you would have been 15 because you're +4. I have a copy of your character sheet. So, having matched the DM, it's almost like your wolfish senses are starting to help you in this. You get a very clear picture of this large indentation in the ground. It is currently 4 foot wide, 7 foot long. It appears to be some type of wolf-like creature, especially due to the fact that there are dew claw marks digging into the dirt. This creature is moving fast, as you can see that the actual marks are smeared partially from traction and movement.
Is there any scent that I can pick up off of it?
Oh, yes, there is. There is a lingering scent trail in the air that seems to have various light trails attached to it, almost acting like fireflies in the night.
I think you're onto something. This might be him.
Well, if anyone asks, we followed the big scary tracks because we're brave, not because we're deeply unwise.
Trust me. If he decides to attack me, he's gonna regret it. Big time.
That's right. Punchline's switching. He's ready for it.
It might be better if I personally handle this, if it is him. Do this the old way.
Understood. But if things start to look like they're taking a turn, I'm not holding back.
I'll give you a signal.
Do you choose to pursue the giant tracks?
Yep.
That would be a question to Mirth.
I mean, I do.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Thank you for. Since you were both role playing, I figured you both would. But I want to make sure, for posterity's sake, that you both agreed. So, you head in the direction of the tracks, which does take you away from the direction of Bloodstone Gulch. You go into a darker part of the forest. It's taking about an hour to reach where you are currently. And with that, we'll pop over to our 5th player for the day. Yiram, you saw your allies roughly a couple minutes ago to your perspective walk out the door after you've been slowly sipping on your drink at the bar. Some of your allies went upstairs to your knowledge. What do you choose to do in this situation?
I want to. I just keep looking around, looking at them. They really left me. Wouldn't be the first time. I look at the bartender and I I, I want another drink.
Bartender takes a look at you, noticing that you've managed to kind of work through the buzz you had going previously. Kind of noting your intent, as all bartenders seem to do, with imperceptible knowledge of the world. He slides a tall, fizzing drink over you that smells vaguely of earthy tones and a citrus fruit on Terra that you've heard of called pomegranate or something to that nature. You didn't listen long enough to get the official pronunciation.
I take it and I go upstairs.
Easily enough. Your allies had left the door open for you, as if they were sensing your presence, knowing that you would still need to join with them to keep track of things. You easily slide into the doorway, closing it behind you, and you hear it close with a soft click.
What I miss?
So, to whom do you wish to address? There are some natural disaster issues, so currently Nasha is not available for roleplay, but you do still have access to Norun
No room.
and Mycella. All right, Norun is your target. I will put 4 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and have some fun, gentlemen. Enjoy.
What have I missed? People have left me and not said a word.
Me, Nasha, who's currently not in the room, doing to deal with something real fast, and our new friend Mycella are currently waiting for something, which is why Nasha had to go. But until then, we are relaxing and formulating a plan.
I don't trust the silence. The bar people around I don't trust.
Ah, fair.
Something in me is telling me that something's gonna go happen. I don't know what it is. Might be the alcohol. Might not be.
This could be. I have alcohol from my own home with me, so I have not drank it yet, but I do have some.
Well, I still have this drink that the bartender gave me. I yet have to drink it.
Well, it smells interesting.
It does. But where I came from, we never had something like this. I've heard of it, but I never drank it.
Well, I was going to find someone to purchase soda and see if I can have any insight as to what is going on around us.
Yes.
But is there something specific you would like to talk about, my friend?
The new blood, the new friend. What is he?
That is more for her to explain than it is I.
Correct. So I seen that he looked like an elf.
Visually, yes. I'm not exactly sure what they are.
Something in me, probably the drow side in me, does not care about the elf. But the tiefling is very interesting. Very interested. Intrigued.
Fascinating.
And I think we're done talking.
We're done talking. Also, the DM saying, if you wish to add Mycella.
Oh, yes.
Then 2 minutes would be extended on the clock. Go ahead. That was hilarious. That's going to go so good for outtakes.
You
Your name
know
is
I
Marcel.
can hear you right.
Yes.
You did not
My
speak
name is
up.
Nara.
I did not assume anything, so.
My name is Naram. Naram Sul. House of Sul.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm Marcella, the Whispering Shade, is what they call me from the grove that I'm from.
Bro, are you an elf or a druid?
I am an elf.
Hmm.
I can't help but
Please,
wonder what type of elf.
yes. Can you explain what elf you are? 'Cause there's only a few that I know.
Well, I'm a wood elf, you see. I come from the trees. My clan. We're simple folk. Well, they are simple folk. I tend to not be so simple.
Uh,
But who is, especially in this group we have sorted ourselves in?
And then I found myself in good company.
Maybe, but I will now note that I will be more careful around you due to the fact that fire is more of my thing.
the interruption of the rudeness. But the Drowmere does not care about the elf. I'm terribly sorry about this. But the tiefling in me is very intrigued.
Would you like to touch my ears?
Would you like to touch my horn?
I would actually. Can I?
Of course.
And I reach out gingerly and point at the tips of your horns.
The only thing special about me is my hair. When it comes to
Ooh.
physical.
What color is your hair?
Well, that depends. Most of the time it is brown, but if I'm using my abilities, it flares.
Fancy.
Some have described it as if my hair itself was a flame, but it is not. I cannot feel the texture of it. I leave that to other people.
Marcella just kind of stares
You can touch
at
it if
at
you
your
wish.
mane. No, I think I'll pass for now. Maybe later I can actually just sit down and brush your hair. That just sounds like a fabulous time.
Fair. On this adventure, I have not had time.
You know what? I got you.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful
What were
eye.
you about to say?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I resist. Okay. So, Niram, as you and Mycella and Nodrin have been going over some general information, right? You can see that some time has been passing. How much it's kind of hard to tell as you guys have been discussing and connecting and taking a couple of minutes to get off of the road from all the harsh adventuring. But some time has passed. We'll say it's been about an hour since you guys started talking. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you pass to our next player?
No.
Okay, sorry, just noticed the side chat. Moving on swiftly. That will ironically, because of unfortunate natural disaster interruptions for one of our players, bring us back around to Mycella.
I want to make a
So
perception
Mycella
check.
for last. Please do. Are you doing a perception on a player, or are you doing it on the room in general?
On the room in general. I want to read the room.
Beautiful. Then allow me to set your challenge, which will be... That's a 4. It's double a 2.
Haha, I got you with a 9.
Could you repeat that, please? I had an audio distortion. I could not hear you.
I got you with a 9.
Oh, yeah, you managed to pass that check, especially because the DM rolled low yet again. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. So the room that you find yourself in is pretty well furnished, right? You can see that there's a couple of different dressers, a wash bin, there's a private room for getting yourself cleaned, big, large shower off of the main entryway, large 4-poster bed covered in drapes and iron rod decorations. The room is decorated to almost be like a home away from home. You can see that Niram and Norun have kind of taken stationary positions from across from each other, across the roomway. One leaning against the wall, the other one sitting on the bed. You can see that Nasha seems to be consulting some type of tome, but you cannot seem to read what it is. It's moving too fast for you to be able to keep track of. There are a couple of things you can interact with in the room if you so wish.
What is there to interact with?
You can interact with one of the dressers. You can interact with items in the private room. And since you passed the check, you notice that there's an unusually shaped bookshelf not far behind the door. And there seems to be 3 different books that are almost calling to you, one calling more than the others. It's up to you what you choose to do.
I pull out the book.
Which one? Book A, B, or C?
Ooh, let me do a shitty roll for it. Let's go with book C.
Book C. As you pull the book from the shelf, you see that it glows with an iridescent black light before it kind of goes dull in your hands. The title reveals itself to you. Elegance of the Night. If you were to take time to read this book, I'll say 1 hour, you will gain access to a special skill.
I got nothing but time to kill. I'll sit down and read.
All right, so we'll say for the next hour or so, you'll be engaged in reading. Afterward, I will tell you what spell you have unlocked. Anything else you want to do before you get deep into the depths of your new lexicon?
I want to I want to know the people around me at the moment.
People around you at the moment, due to the fact that you have split off in teams, is Nasha, Norun, and Niram. But Nasha is consulting this one tome of her own and seems to be almost unresponsive right now.
Okay. Then I will tuck off away into a corner and I will delve into this book.
Beautiful. Then we shall pass on to Norun.
As Norun said when he was talking to Niram, Norun wants to go off to the side and see if he can contact Surtur while in this realm.
Absolutely. Would you like to step into the private chamber room that's attached?
Yeah.
Doing a very small bow, you very easily walk over to the room, open the door, and step in. Inside seems like a small shrine way, if you will. Small candles, sacrifice dish and bowl, things of that nature. Ritualistic atomic listed on the side in case it's necessary. What ritual do you choose to partake in to speak with Suter? And what is your question for the gods?
In the dish, Norun dropped a few pieces of gold.
They
Before,
clink, clink, almost an echoey quality.
And from his belt, he takes off a little vial of something and pours it into the bowl with the gold, watching as the gold slowly melts.
Would you describe what this material is poured from the vial so we have it for our information?
It's Inside the vial is a liquid of an almost amber color with swirls of green.
Ah, shall we call that argentum for purposes?
Yes.
You pour the liquid argentum into the offering, watching the gold sizzle and hiss as it becomes a miasmic slurry of metals and potion ingredients.
Before uh, he holds out one of his hands and his finger lights on fire and he lights the dish on fire. It's a ritual he's done many times, many ways.
Understandable. The flames dance almost languidly from your finger. Where do the flames get directed to enact your ritual?
They stay on the flames stay on the rim of the bowl, form and seem to almost be moving clockwise.
I see. As the flames turn, slowly growing faster and faster, you see an almost humanoid like shape slowly rise from the bowl. An upper torso with massive arms, large spikes. You see that there seems to be a burning, let's call it a crown atop his head. Very easily, you notice that Suter has deemed to keep his eye on you personally, not just answering from a distance, but to see why you would call them within this realm. Softly, you hear a gravelly voice speak to your mind, for if the god themselves would speak, your mortal coil would explode from the force. But you hear deep in your mind, "Speak to the flame. Let it guide you. What knowledge do you seek, bearer of my blade?"
My lord, Surtur, I wish to know what I must do to keep my comrades safe in this realm of which we do not know. To help them see their way, what their missions are, so they can be completed.
Guidance of the flame I shall give, but a price to pay one must give too.
What shall
I
the
will
first
call
be?
upon you one day. As
I
you
see.
hear him say these last words, a couple of burning runes appear in the sky before you. Carefully choose that which guides your hand. Fate can only be altered so far, mortal.
I would like to ask the DM to describe the rune.
You have three different rooms that are glowing in the air before you. One looks almost in the shape of a blade, dripping fiery acidic blood, almost giving off the smell of death and decay. One is in the shape of an almost spider-like web and shield, almost offering a dome of protection in its very sense to you. The last is a spark of ever-changing colored flame, almost as if primordial in nature. Which do you choose?
Norun slowly closes his hand around the flame that looks almost primordial.
As you access this flame, you feel it rush in through your palm. Your entire body lights up a chromatic array of various color intensities of light. You have now bonded with what is known as the primordial flame of chaos. Congratulations, player. Whenever you access these flames, wild magic will trigger. Born of chaos, return to it you shall. Your path will be illuminated brighter still. With this, he offers a glowing crystal towards you. Do you accept?
Norun accepts.
As you grab the crystal, it's absorbed into your body, and images flash before you. Ways to wield the flame, the heat, the intensity, the call of souls held within the flame's very essence. And in such, an image is born in your mind. A rudimentary map, if you will. Flashes of a glowing forest, of things on fire and lightning clashing from the sky, a great sea, a burning lake, the very sky inverting, swimming through the stars. But one place in particular calls to you. It's a ridge, soaked in blood, stones alight, the very stars reflected off of the waters. You know this to be a place called Bloodstone Ridge. As the last of the knowledge is imprinted into your mind, you see the last of the fluid holding the gold has been evaporated. The signs of the chamber disappears. You have been granted your knowledge, but at what cost?
Norun slowly rose to his feet before he leaves the private chamber.
Absolutely.
Upon leaving the chamber, he looks around at his friends, his allies, knowing deep in the back of his mind he would do anything for those that he cares about.
At your declaration, your internal monologue, self-remindance to be resilient in the face of danger, you almost feel the flames have been guaranteed to you, almost laughing and enjoying the ideal. You feel strengthened. You get advantage on your next roll.
With that, I would like to end my turn.
Now, mind you, this has happened in the blink of an eye for others. For you, you have no idea how long you were in speaking to the divine. But to our other players who've been doing their thing, mere moments have passed. So that brings us a little forward in time from this moment to current, where Allie and Mirth are on the hunt. Allie.
Yes, sir.
You spent the last hour or so following some of these tracks, and you notice that they are getting shorter apart from each other, indicating to you that you are coming closer to where your quarry may potentially be hiding. Various parts of the stalks nearby have been damaged and scraped and scratched as the creature has made its way through, literally leaving a wake of destruction and trampled bits and pieces in its wake. What do you do?
I think. Let's see what I have. What skills I have.
Now remember, you did scent target, so you do have advantage with that. Keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do another investigation.
Makes sense. Only logical in the situation. Due to the fact that you sent a target, I'll give you advantage. Obviously, that's a 15 from the DM.
Okay.
For once, I didn't roll trash. Huzzah! While the players go boo.
20. Not a nat 20, but a 20.
A 20 is a 20, whether dirty or clean. You got it. So, as you have been examining these tracks, you also notice that there's blood smears, as if something's already managed to cause some damage to this creature. Perhaps the reason why it is running in the first place. You can hear distressed sounds of an animal in pain. Not too far off. Maybe half an hour's walk at best. You notice something else in the underbrush. There's a glowing something or another. It's covered in dirt, so it's really hard to make it out. You'd have to grab it and inspect it to see what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You reach down, brushing the dirt and the muck and the mire off, seeing that it's an amulet. An amulet with a very familiar symbol carved on it. In fact, it's an amulet you know all too well. You've gifted this amulet to someone.
Ivan.
As you whisper the name aloud, you hear a bellowous roar of anger and pain, and the ground begins to shake. Roll for me a dexterity. And Mirth, since you're right there alongside, please roll as well. And your challenge is that's a 4. Hit me with your best shot.
22.
It's almost like you barely even pay attention to it. What have you got for me, Mirth?
9.
Oh, you not even an issue. It's almost like your hooves are made to handle unusual terrain or something. So feeling this change is almost nothing to you. When it comes to Allie, they go into a low crouch and ride the tectonic waves, not being affected at all. And as you slowly rise from the being slightly prone from that, you hear a great big lumbering, crashing noise before a large form comes rolling into the distance. Blood, almost like acid, burning the ground as it falls. This creature is almost wolf-like in appearance, but something has changed. Something unnatural has occurred. It is far larger than it is meant to be. You see that the blood itself is green and glowing in unusual ways. And Allie in particular, you see that there's no higher function behind this creature's eyes. All savage, all ferocity. But you notice something very familiar about the creature. A certain scar that runs along the left cheek. One you know all too well, for you put it there yourself in your first meeting.
I look at Mirth, and I nod to him and I say,
If something goes wrong, and I mean if something goes wrong, you step in. It doesn't matter whether I get hurt or not. You understand?
Yeah, that's not Ivan anymore, but I understand.
and I transform.
Oh, yes. As you physically transform, you see an almost flicker of recognition in the eyes of the monster before it's faded away quickly to a glowing set of eyes, as if something is keeping this creature enraged. Combat begins. Allie, what do you do?
I'm gonna lunge at him.
Are you doing it as a tackle? Are you doing it as a grapple? Let me know so I'm aware of which stat I need to refer to.
Yeah, I'm going as a grapple first.
All right, grapple, you're going to have to do better than a base 14.
$15.
You've managed to lock limbs with this monstrous creature, ignoring the acidic blood that is literally moving around your fingers. It's just not taking enough purchase on your skin and your fur to burn you, but you're aware of its presence. The scent, the one you're very familiar with, is overwhelming when it's up close, but you can smell the unnaturalness. You can smell the very essence of something that has gone wrong here. But you have them locked. They are currently grappling with you full strength. They release this large, gnarlsome roar that to the untrained ear is just noise. But to you, you hear one word, one very clearly said word.
I think I'm
You
gonna.
have to let me know if that
Uh,
registered. You have to let me know that registered. I didn't see anything out of my mic.
yeah, it registered.
Thank you. What are you gonna do, Allie?
I'm gonna bite him on the neck.
Armor class is a 17. You're gonna throw higher than a 17 in order to do a base bite, and you're familiar. Bite is a 1d6 for you.
21.
Oh, it hurts. you're going to be able to bite this monstrous lupin-like form. Roll for damage.
You said 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6. It's a base bite.
Three.
3 points of damage. Like, your teeth sink in. You can taste the unfortunate blood, but it's not as if your bite has done much to the creature. Almost like it's shrugging it off, because it is a lichen. It takes half damage. So rounded, I made it 2. Mirth. You're in combat, so this supersedes normal turn order. What do you want to do to the creature?
All right.
You're here backing up Allie.
All right. I say, hold tight. I've got your back if this goes bad. And then I pull out some rope and I try to bind the creature's feet with the rope.
Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to say that the challenge. Hold on, that fell off the desk. That is a 16. So you're going to have to roll a 16. I will allow you to add your strength modifier to it. And let's see what you got.
All right, that is a 21, good sir.
Not a problem. You've managed to bind the creature's feet. They are still temporarily standing because they haven't fallen over yet because they're still in a grapple. But their feet are indeed bound.
All right,
Since you managed to bind them and cause... Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was about to say, I need you to roll me a 1d6 for damage since you made physical contact with the creature.
Yeah, right.
It's like an unarmed strike, but you're giving it the prone debuff, basically.
Oh, in that case, it would be my my ram action, correct?
Yes, that would be. That's why I'm making sure you're aware. This would be your ram. I figured you were using that to begin with.
Yep, that's a d4 plus 3, so it's going to be 6 total.
Beautiful. It takes the 6 points of damage, which is converted down to 3 because of, natural resistance of a lichen. But it is prone.
Sweet.
Allie,
Yeah,
is there anything you want to... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Did I miss something?
Nope, I just did not step back.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I want to give you an opportunity to say anything if you wanted to. Allie, you have one more opportunity to react to the creature before we go back in time for just a couple minutes.
Of course, Mirth can't understand, me, but, Ivan can understand me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And, I kind of say to him, like, what happened to you? Tell me what's wrong. What did they do?
You see the monster struggling with its better senses, trying to communicate, but the rage will not break. It's physically been hit. It is prone. It is too angry to think rationally right now. Almost something you could identify with, huh?
Yep.
You can try and roll a persuasion. I'm going to tell you, this has... So, normally you would have advantage, but because the creature is resisting, this will be a flat roll. So you technically still will have your advantage for your next roll that's not in combat, okay? Just so we're clear.
Okay.
That's a 14, so you have to do better than a 14, no modifiers.
Shoot.
I did say things would get interesting today.
I got a 19. Oh, God.
Oh, beautiful. On that 19, when you are so heartfully trying to reach out to the man within the monster, you see for just a moment the red eyes recede. The pupils are rapidly dilating. All you can see is the eyes of the creature almost compelling. They're unable to speak, but they're temporarily rendered in this state between viciously angry and trying to show empathy. Their body starts wobbling viciously from the contortions of trying to deal with so many conflicting emotions. It's going to let loose a bellowous roar. Roll for me a Constitution save. That's a 15, by the way.
19.
You are not affected by the bellowous roar, though you can definitely hear that there is anguish and regret and fear tinged in this roar. But to the untrained ear, it's all just wild, savage rage. While this has been going on, we cut back to half an hour or so. Nasha has been consulting their consortium, looking through their lexicon of information. And we cut to them. Nasha, as you have been studying the lexicon for the easiest method to do some reconnaissance and information gathering, you are surrounded by a few of your allies. You have Norun, Niram, and Mycella surrounding you, watching as you're doing your general research. What do you do?
Oh, jeez. You talking to me? Sorry, I had to get some medicine.
I was. Allow me to repeat myself. You have been looking through your lexicon of information and contacts, figuring out whom it is you need to reach out to and how, while your allies have been kind of conversing and connecting a little bit. You even noticed out of the corner of your eye that one of your allies seems to be emitting a little more chaotic energies than normal, as if the very flame that follows them has been altered in some way. But we do cut to you digging through your lexicon. What do you choose to do in this moment?
I kind of looked between my book and them. Was like, "Do you do something different?" Like you're actually fucking glowing.
How about I put about 6 minutes on the clock and let you guys have some fun with this one? This feels like it's going to come out as gold. Have fun.
Oh, there's
Just out of table real fast, I'd like to say I am the one that feels different. Just to clarify. But Northern just was a Nasha. They talked to Serta, my what you would all call a patron.
right. Okay. I ain't got no clue who you're talking about, but good for you, I guess. Just look weird.
I have access to wild magic, as you would call it now, specifically the primordial flame.
Okay.
To what extent, I do not know. But the others were doing their own thing, and I was planning on talking to Serta anyway. But while you were consulting your lexicon, our friend Niram has joined us.
Huh. Don't mind having another one. Oh,
The more the merrier, the safer it is.
yeah, at this point, you ain't wrong on that.
You can ask them what they were up to. I do not know. I was in a different room.
Them I'm not concerned about. You're glowing like the lava from back home, so I was just like, what in the carnation's going on with you? But now I know, so that's fine. Move on, and she just like starts flipping again. Where is he?
Well, have you gotten anything?
Yeah, I think I know who I need to get in contact with. It's just the matter of setting up.
Well, if you have any fire needs, I can help.
Just not. Just gotta more or less get a couple things out of my bag.
Very well.
DM, as we previously discussed, you know who she's contacting because you gave me the idea.
Oh, absolutely. I literally just sent you a you ready to show them? So if you're ready to take the show, please go
Oh,
for
yeah.
it.
She's actually, funnily enough, going to grab one of the two goat eyes as the bit of the centerpiece. Now, I don't know what her blood would look like to you, being what she is, but she's going to slice her palm and let it, like, drip over it as with her with her tail, she's going to start strumming her harp. Kind of letting the magic
To
sink
me,
into the blood that's now dripping onto the eye.
yeah, I'd imagine it's almost like a liquid honey, almost, that pours over the eye and starts to make it glow. And it thrums and pulses with light and magic in time with your playing. Before long, a doorway opens, rimmed with black and putridness, hatred and avarice and sorrow. The screams of the undead call out from the hole. You have successfully opened a portal to the underrealm.
She's gonna be like, wait for the blood to start dripping, then like straighten her dress out, kind of shake herself out.
You two can follow if you must, but
This is where I'm going. And she's gonna walk through the portal.
You very easily step through the burning archway, and when you get to the other side, it's almost like a breath of fresh air. You can feel the very essence of home. But it's not quite the home you're used to. You have entered your home realm through the Evernight, a mirror dimension. You are in the mirror of your home realm. Though you are going to find what you seek, it may not be the path you originally expected to take. So, to the others that are with Nasha, do you follow through the burning gateway?
Stella does.
Norun, of course, does. He was the one that wanted to go with her in the first place.
Narin?
I do.
All of you kind of nod to each other, preparing yourselves as you step through the burning portal. An almost sense of inky feeling blackness and unnatural feeling washes through your skin, as if you know you're not supposed to be here. It passes relatively quickly, but you fall a little bit, landing very easily in a crouched position on a burning dais of stone. The smell of brimstone and fire assaults you easily. You are in a place that is known as the Underrealm. To others, they know this as the Land of the Dead. Not far from your general vicinity, almost not even a full 40 foot, you hear a sloshing sound as waves of magma crash across and around the stone you stand on. You know this intrinsically to be what is known as the River Styx, the River of the Damned. Nasha, you came here seeking knowledge. What do you do?
Still just like absentmindedly strumming her heart. She's gonna call out her, I say air quotes, benefactor's name.
Please do. Let the world know.
I gotta scroll back up to this stuff, because holy shit.
While our charts are being referenced, remember to hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be ready for every other adventure we have prepared for you, because this is just the beginning, folks. Can't wait to show you even more.
Raven, you around? Got a little proposition for you.
At the utterance of the name Draven, the very flames of the underworld itself freeze in place. Time itself freezes in place. And it's almost as if one moment there was nothing, and then before you there is a large entity. A 10-foot tall Aarakocra, dark feathers with almost blood red tips in places. A large fedora hat with a white feather sticking out of the cap. You can see he's very finely dressed. Sharp suit, large cummerbund, pristine tie, set of coattails hanging behind him. He clicks a large staff on the ground, and he looks at you.
Lot of balls to call me of all people here. Then again, you was the one I put onto the track. Good to see you, kid. Good to see you. How's your Oh, wait. I forgot. Not supposed to talk about it. Where does the memory go after all these eons? You came here for a reason. Why'd you come home?
Well, I know how you like getting new little people to be on your patronage. I came across a couple of poor souls that got a bit into some deep shit, and one of the type of people that you like cutting the head off of the snake sort of situation. I figure.
And you
Get
thought
them
you'd
under
play
the-
hero, huh?
Sorta. Yeah. You can call it that.
Let me guess. Some dumb mortal put his soul on the line, and now you got a sob story wanting to pay the price, right?
Actually, they're trying to get a soul to save a sibling or something.
Oldest trick in the book. Let me do you a little favor. You wanted knowledge. You're gonna get more than you bargained for.
With that, he snaps two of his talons together, and you are instantly taken back in time to what happened in that bar before you entered. The gentleman talking, holding the child hostage against his own sensibilities, literally telling him, "Hey, you want to see him alive again, you gotta bring us a soul."
Yeah, soul. Like you're gonna have access to that on this plane.
You realize, watching from the past's view, it was a setup. As you see a very wicked face stretch across the child. The minute you accepted the quest, you triggered a trap. You're now in the Underrealm, and the door you entered is closed. There is no more glowing portal on your way out. And a knowing look comes across one Draven's face.
Knowledge has a cost, don't it?
Yeah. I couldn't have expected with the trick of shit I've already had to deal with up there. I didn't expect that something like this gonna happen, but what you gonna do?
Well, it's funny you mention what am I gonna do, cause you called me. And now, I got a job for you.
Oh, I'm fine with that. What's going on?
Idiots thought they could call my name in search of a soul and not pay. Well, I got a proposition of my own for you.
With that, he kind of looks at the top of his walking stick for a minute, kind of smiling to himself before he slams it into the ground. A dais, pedestal of sorts, kind of raises up. You see there's a blackened flame, and inside the flame you can see moving images. Right now, you can see that two of your allies are locked in combat with a large, monstrous type creature. Bulging muscles, vaguely looking wolf-like, but just not quite right. You can see that there's something off, even through the flames.
Get a load of this doozy.
Yeah, I know two of those people.
Oh, you do? Well, the werewolf's of interest to us down here. So, I'll do you a little favor. You send this little message to the wolfie for me, and I'll owe you something you can't resist.
You see a little flash of home in your mind. You see that there's a gravestone, and beneath the gravestone, there's a shimmering key.
Her eyes kind of widen. Oh, shoot. Yeah.
It's all yours as long as you take the contract. What do you say?
Hell, you're the one that got me up there in the first place. You know I'll fucking take it.
With that, he grins. He walks over to you, takes one of your smaller hands and his much larger one, and when he clasps hands with you, you see a golden chain appear around his wrist and yours. A pact has been formed. Due to this pact, you now have access to a very special power. You can now call upon the power of Draven once per session to give you aid, and we'll discuss what that means. In the meantime, for now, understand that you have access to a literal improved Eldritch Blast.
Oh shit, son.
Draven takes a moment to regard some of your allies that walked behind you.
You ain't supposed to be in this realm for at least another century. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Details. But look, you stay here much longer, I'm gonna have to start calling you some permanent residents, if you know what I mean.
So Draven walks over to you, Nasha, and hands you a blackened crystal.
This is what we call a realm stone. You need to come and go, use one of these. Do that ritual again, you might not find me, but my brother, he's not as nice.
And with that, he vanishes in a puff of smoke. Your very surroundings warp and distort. Where once you were standing in the depths of hell, now you're back at the Enchanted Pixie Inn, holding the crystal and knowing that there's a new weight on your shoulders.
Well, wasn't expecting that, but we just got a little something extra out of it. Let's catch up with the other two, yeah?
Could you repeat that?
Let's catch up with the other two, yeah?
Probably. Do you wish to access the spell Dimensional Door?
Yeah.
Opening a dimensional rift, you can very easily see the combat scene that was early before you. Almost as if your preternatural sensors are tied into your target. Do you choose to enter the glowing doorway?
I do.
Allies, do you choose to follow Nasha through the glowing doorway once more?
Norrin will.
At least this one ain't a trap.
Yep. Might as well.
I go through bow
Slowly.
drawn.
Oh yeah. You very easily step through the glowing portal, and as the light dims, you see the form of Allie kind of fly through the air for a little bit, having dodged a large swipe from the creature. You see that Mirth has managed to leave a couple of dents from Punchline, leaving at least one or more hits in deep. They've been putting in some time against this creature. So that will bring us to Niran.
Wouldn't it go to myself?
You and Allie had combat that superseded turn order, remember?
No, I'm Norun. I'm
No,
very
you've already
confused.
had your second turn. We're heading through our second turns before we head to our thirds.
Okay, because I was
No
very
worries.
confused.
I understand. That's why I'm glad to clarify. Yes, we gave Nash an opportunity to catch up since having natural disaster interruptions. By following the natural turn order, that would put us right to Niram for his second turn of the game. So, Niram, as you are the next one on deck, having walked through the glowing doorway, heading towards the battle ongoing, you have a chance to kind of look at this monstrous hulking creature. Green like acid blood falling from the wounds on its body. Some seem to be in states of healing, but others do not seem to be healing as well. It is massive, much, much larger than you are. This thing's easily a story and a half tall. Rippling muscles, fur, balding patches, rough, torn skin. This thing looks like a monstrosity.
I sound they're kind of like surprised. Um, did we exit in hell, or oh fuck it? I want to cast Eldritch Blast.
For one brief moment, you saw hell. You said, "I'm about to bring this thing hell." All right,
Yep.
roll me your damage for Eldritch Blast.
A nat 20.
So please double that damage output for me.
Four. So it's gonna be like at least 40.
Could you repeat the base numbers?
4, 3.
Okay, so automatically be an 8.
Yeah.
All right. So is that from the first beam?
Yes.
At your level, you have access to 2 beams, right?
Yes.
Second beam also taking damage?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the damage on that beam?
I rolled a 17, and the damage would be adding another 3.
So, okay. That would be. Ooh. If my math is correct, so it'd be 28 points of damage that this creature is taking?
Yes.
It feels that. It definitely notices that its hair is singed as its body is literally thrown through the air a little bit and pushed backwards due to having been blasted. It definitely pays attention to that. Due to being hit, it's going to release vicious mockery, snarling at you in almost a challenge. Now, what is? Let me see. It should be a 15 on a save in order to take half the damage from that. Correct?
I believe so.
Please roll for me better than a 15, and otherwise you're taking 17 points of damage to the face.
16.
Beautiful. You are able to pass the challenge. We will cut that down to half. Since it is 17, we'll call it 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it 15 points of damage. And since that is being halved, let's call it 7 points of damage you're taking since you managed to have it on the successful check. Reasonable to you?
Yeah, reasonable.
I tend to round down most of the time. Sometimes I round up, but yeah, basic mathematics. Anything else you want to do in combat to this giant creature before we pass on?
I want to cast Hold Monster.
Oh, hold monster. Please describe how that works.
I'm going to look at it straight in its eyes, say the 2 magical words that I know very well. Fuck you. And I'm going to cast it.
Okay, the spell is going to collide. If memory serves correctly, this gives the creature prone status and disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. It is prone, and it does indeed have disadvantage on its next roll.
Thought I'd be you fucking bastard.
Oh my goodness. So, following that logic, that should pop us over to Nasha for their official second turn of the game.
Oh boy.
So, Nasha, before you lies your target.
Hey, you're.
Do you need to roll for information regarding your target?
Yeah. What do I need to roll?
Investigation, and the challenge is going to be a 15.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. All right. Dang it, Dana Beyond, why do you keep closing my sheets? Where'd it go?
My sheet loves to get close too. It's crazy. It's at least one bad joke for the DM.
Less bad, more I didn't get it.
What did you roll?
I'm rolling it now. It took a minute for my sheet to load.
It's terrible when your sheet doesn't load, huh?
Natural
What sheet
20
did
for
you?
a
No, it's
23.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness, absolutely beautiful. Your target is a large, hulking creature, about a story or so tall, appearing vaguely wolf like right now, but there's some altered things to the body. You can see that magic and various runes have been carved into the skin, almost as if your demonic senses are aiding you in seeing what others cannot. You see an air of rage and sorrow surrounding the creature. Something is pulling strings and keeping it aggressive.
Damn. I almost feel sorry for the fucker. But,
Yes. Something's keeping it aggressive. Huh. I might have just thought of something.
What have you thought of?
I'm going to cast Calm Emotions.
Oh, challenge to overcome in order to cast charm emotions on
That
a
is a
creature.
charisma save.
Yeah, that's what, a 15 or higher from the creature, if memory serves correctly.
Yep.
That's what I thought. All right, that's what I was preparing to roll for. Checking my. That is a 17 from the creature. That is a 15 plus 2.
And I am going to Silvery Barbs that.
Oh no! So what once was a success is now a failure. Oh, so with your silver barbs, what is the official number?
D20. What'd you say its bonus was?
Okay, so it originally had a plus 2.
So Silvery Barbs is just a complete reroll of the die.
Okay, I'm a reroll.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
My soul! My soul! If I had, it would be leaving my body.
On a natural 1, the creature cannot resist the compulsion and goes instantly from being raged to being half pacified. Its body motions freeze. It stops entirely. All higher function has ceased. The creature has been rendered completely pacified.
there now. Isn't that better? No need to get all violent. I know
That
something's
lasts for how
upsetting you.
long?
That lasts. My fucking phone would cooperate. Okay.
I want to say that's a concentration thing. Off the top of my
It
head.
is for a minute.
Oh, so it's passive for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. That'll be right about to the end of your turn. Is there anything else you want to do before you pass turn?
Checking something. Can I tell what's controlling it based on what I've seen?
Yes, you can see that the majority of the runes that have been carved into the creature's body seem to be affecting its personality. The only thing keeping it passive right now is your spell, which is starting to fizzle as we speak.
Anybody got something that can dispel these runes? That's what's making it mad. I can only keep them calm for so long. Gonna need someone to step up a little bit.
Well, the first person to pick up on that clue would be Mycella, as it is now their turn.
And I'm going to both give her bardic inspiration and the advantage from silvery barbs, because whenever you do silvery barbs on someone else, you can pick someone else to get advantage on their next roll. So she has advantage and
Reasonable.
bardic.
Oh,
What
you're
is
just
your
stacking
bardic?
it.
My bardic, yeah, because it's two different things. Because the bardic is a d6.
I'm gonna get all the d6s here in a second. Because I'm going to Hunter's Market.
Oh. All
And I'm
right.
going
That gives
to
you advantage, right?
pull my bow and I'm going to shoot on it.
Oh, beautiful. Damage for your bow, if I remember correctly, would be what, a 1d8?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, due to the fact that it is prone to disadvantage, it does not have its natural resistance to piercing. Ooh, full damage is on the table. What have you
Well,
got?
guess what? I just rolled a nat 20.
So that's going to be double damage. Beautiful. Beautiful for all the pain. Bring it.
So I also someone
That
is
is
within 5 foot of it too, correct?
Yeah. Allie
So
is
I get
within
sneak
5
attack.
foot of it.
So I get sneak attack on top of that. I
Here
need some more
comes the
dice.
pain. Please stand by while we have more dice to calculate the amount of pain this creature is about to experience.
So that's Hunter's Mark out of the way. $22, $22, and $23. 23 damage.
Ooh. And that's with the doubling, or is that just the flat?
That was with the doubling.
Just wanted to make sure. That's 23 points of damage. You leave a literal, like one of the arrows almost has like a glimmer of magic almost attached to it, because as you fire it off, it releases a little burst of silvery light sticking into the side of the creature, which disrupts one of the runes. Now, the creature is in a lot of pain from this. It is wailing. It is screaming outward. It's going to once more attempt to do bellow rage and do bellow. Now, I'm going to need, based on proximity to the creature, Ali, Nasha, Mycella, and Niram to roll for me a dexterity save.
Gotcha.
That's a 17 on the dice from the DM.
21 from Mycella.
That's a pass.
18 from me.
That's a pass.
18.
That's a pass. Oh. Without even an issue. It's almost like you're riding the waves of the seismic activity. You are not disrupted whatsoever, nor do you have to move. This thing is trying to get you away, but it's just not being effective. It's almost like all its ferociousness is comically being held back by its own ineptitude. Uh, uh, that would bring us to Norun.
Uh, can I target the runes with dispel magic?
You certainly can. It's going to be an 18 or higher in order to dispel.
I get advantage on that because of the one thing. I get advantage on roll.
Yes, yes, you do.
Maybe if I could keep my damn dice on my rolling platform.
A pain we all feel.
That is an 18. Would there be any modifiers for that?
That would be your proficiency bonus.
My proficiency, let me check.
It should be the same as your spellcasting proficiency.
That'd be nice if I wasn't stupid and knew what everything was. Oh, maybe if
Okay,
I
based on
wasn't
your intelligence,
blind.
remember correctly?
I have a +2, so that would be a 20.
Beautiful. I'm just clarifying. Okay. So on that 20, your body kind of releases like this band of light, and you see runes of an ancient language forming around it. It leaves your body, sinking into the form of the monstrous creature, where one by one the glyphs start to alight and burn off of the creature. Now, this is not without pain. You're purifying the creature, so you're removing the taint that's causing this, but you are successfully removing one glyph at a time. And as you do, the body starts to shrink and recede a little more. Some of the fur starts to fall out. Some of the muscle mass starts to recede. And in its wake, you see a very unconscious, bruised, bloody, battered gentleman with a dark goatee, a scar mark underneath the left side of the chin, animal furs wrapped around him for general protection. They are soaked in blood. This person is very much unconscious on the ground in an undignified heap, barely breathing, but still just at the border of life. What do you do?
I would say cure wounds, but I don't think I can do that anymore.
You should have access to Cure Wounds as one of your spells if you release a spell charge word.
Yes.
Using the Blade of Suture does not naturally take a spell charge as its own thing.
Yeah.
So yes, you can try to heal wounds.
I would like to do that.
Go ahead, roll for healing.
What dice would I roll for that again? I'm tired, man.
Should be see, with your level of healing, it should be what, a 1d6?
Well, now which D6 do I use? I have two of them.
Pick one of two and see how you do.
Stay on my platform. I got a 6.
So that would be 6 points of HP that are returned to the unconscious man. You can see that some of the scratches have started to heal. Some of the blood starts pooling back up into the wounds. Though he does not awaken or show any signs of wakefulness whatsoever, you've managed to heal some of the superficial damage. To your understanding of medicine, he appears to be in a type of coma.
There's not much else I can do, so I am passing.
Beautiful. Then Allie, you're up next. You just saw the monstrous former form revert into an almost humanistic form, one you were all too familiar with. What do you do?
I transform back immediately and run over to him. And
Understandable.
I say, Ivan. Oh my God. And I touch his face like a lover would.
You
And I
can feel
look
that
at
it's cold to the touch.
I look at the others and I kind of have tears in my eyes at this point. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. This is Ivan. And he was my lover. Is.
He's gonna be okay, I think. And I kind of,
Do you choose to do an investigation?
yes, I do. Yes, sir.
Challenge is a 17 from the DM.
Okie dokie. Ah, 22.
On a 22, you see that there is a blood-soaked note tucked into the waistband of his lower breeches.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look at that immediately.
As you go and you start reading the message, your eyes widen in horror as you continue to look back and forth from the note to the body, to the note, to the body. For one simple phrase has been left on the paper. Don't believe everything you see. As your eyes and your brain slowly start to take in this information, you see the body of Ivan shift. Almost unconsciously, the body begins to move side to side, side to side. Mad mumblings and raving words start to slip between the lips before the jaw opens unnaturally wide and a large forked tongue appears. What once very much appeared to be an Ivan to you is a mimic in disguise.
I jump back and I draw my knives. Almost like I have like this growl in my throat. This inhuman growl.
As you release this inhuman growl, you hear a voice speaking out from little copes of glowing stalks you find yourselves in after following the creature.
You didn't think it was gonna be that easy, did you? I mean, after all, you followed me. You followed my boys. You took my deal. You took away my deal.
And revealing themselves from the shadow is who appears to be the man you killed inside the Enchanted Pixie Inn, Alley. Only their body is covered in rot. Bones are sticking out in various places. You have discovered a lich. They are the ones controlling the mimic before you.
My eyes at this point turn yellow, and I'm trying not to just absolutely lose it and just go ballistic. But at the same time, I yell out a guttural scream and just say the words, "Where is he?"
Now that would be telling you a secret. I don't think I like you enough to tell you a secret. But I just might like you enough to turn up the heat.
And at that point, you see a blackened fireball leaving their general vicinity. You know this to be a necrotic fireball spell, and it is heading directly for you. What do you do?
Before I dodge out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
is the lich looking directly at me?
Oh yeah, the Lich has eyes locked on you.
I do like, the two-fingered, like, I'm looking at you, and I mouth, I'm going to fucking kill you the next time I see you. And then I think I'm gonna dodge out of the way.
You take the dodge action, no problem. The fireball whizzes past your head, barely micrometers from singeing your hair. You have more than easy enough to get out of the way of that. The Lich kind of regards you with a snarky tone.
Kinda hard to kill what's already been dead. I mean, after all, not only do you know who I was, one of your friends here knows exactly who I work for.
Nasha, you feel a little warm under the collar at that comment. Just absentmindedly. Allie, what do you choose to do before you move on turn? Did I lose you, Allie?
Oh, sorry. I kind of look at him and spit on the ground, kind of in disrespect, and I say,
I've killed plenty of undead in my time. You're no different than the rest. You all fall sooner or later.
The Lich kind of laughs at your general statement before a turn passes to Mirth.
All right. I look at the Lich and I say, "You think stealing a man's body makes you clever? All I see is a parasite wearing someone else's cloak. You'll get to come here and monologue and gloat after ruining someone's life, but boy, that's my job. So unless you've got something useful to say or a skull to offer, I suggest you crawl back into where dusty hole you crawled out of." And then I leap in the
Oh,
air and got him with punchline.
Almost sensing your intention, the Lich looks at you.
is that some type of ham-fisted punchline? Am I going to have to avoid it? Well, guess I'll have to actually put in the effort not to laugh.
And he allows the hit to strike him. Roll for damage.
All right. Which is fine. That is going to be 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. As you strike the Lich, the illusion around them shatters, revealing a bound, tied, and injured Ivan that you have now hit with punchline. They fly through the air a little bit, skidding to a halt in a undignified heap as the Mimic and the Lich move closer. As you've managed to send the bound form of Ivan through the air, and it lands with a thud, you see the actual Lich removing themselves from behind a tree, watching sadistically, almost as if entertained by everything that's occurring.
Oh, so close! That punchline almost made me giggle.
Anything else,
Eat a
Murph?
tick.
That takes one to know one.
And
I look at
get ready to keep going.
I look at Mirth, and I'm like, I just kind of stare at him like, the fuck did you just do?
Ah, beautiful. Niram, you're up next.
Oh, Rin, Lynn, This is gonna be perfect.
You've seen some very unusual things. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Dominate Person, since a lynch is still considered a
On
person.
Oh, you're gonna try and use Dominate Person on the Lich. I'm gonna have to set that as an automatic 18 challenge or higher. Liches have natural resistance to psychic interaction, but I'm aware of what the spell does. So this is why it's going to be 17 or higher. What do you got?
A nat 20.
Oh, oh, how fortune has favored my players today. You see that all of the conniving energy just slumps out of the Lich as you have taken over their mind temporarily. Your will is their will.
Now tell me, where is this? I know you have an item that the witch has bestowed upon you. Where is it?
Reluctantly, you see that the entity is trying to fight all the compulsion in the world before it reaches into its cloak and pulls out a writhing black mass that in the very center appears to be a type of obsidian crystal, but is surrounded by writhing tentacles of black.
I grab it.
You grab it.
I grab it.
Okay, so the Lich is pacified, but what you're about to grab is not. What is your armor class?
My armor class, his is. Fuck, I forgot.
That's your base AC.
Okay, see. Son of a bitch. I gotta scroll back all the way.
I don't know how to calculate a son of a bitch, but can you help me with that one? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Oh, you straight.
Where you're looking through the character sheet. Shit. I think, let me take a look at my notes. I might have that marked down for my own reference point. I do. Your armor class looks like it's a 15. You'll have to recheck your character sheet later to make sure of that. But for now, we'll go with a 15. If it's higher, we'll retroactively correct it later. Okay? So. Oh, God. Just as you attempted to dominate the mind of the Lich, you feel an unusual presence as a spell known as Draconic Command washes over you. Your armor class is a 15. That one! The command from the phylactery heart cannot sink into your body. It is writhing angrily in your hand, trying to affect you, but it just cannot connect to your psyche.
Now I know with this, I can destroy it and kill you instantly. Or I can give it to my werewolf friend. Your choice.
The entity kind of smiles unhinged at you. Though you have control over its mind, you can't stop the thought that's coming. Very clearly, you hear, "That's what I'm hoping you'd say."
Then, well then, I look at Ali. Do you want me to destroy it, or do you want more answers?
I think we can glean a little bit more out of him.
I start to squeeze it just enough where it's writhing in pain.
Oh yeah. The Lich is in pain. But so too is the bound form of Ivan. For as you squeeze on the phylactery soul, you cause bleeding lines to appear across Ivan's form.
I look at Ivan. I look at Ali. I look at the pulsing little black bastard in my hand. What should I do? I could destroy it, but I kill Ivan in the process. Or if you have a jar, you put it in there, keep it there, and bury it.
Well, I do happen to have a bottle that I took from the inn, and I think I still have the cap.
Perfect. Can I see it?
Sure. I toss it to him.
I catch it. I jam the little fucker in there.
You've managed to pop it in the jar. No issue. It is fighting the presence of the jar. And that brings us over to Nasha. Due to nature's wonderful interferences, Nasha has elected to take the soul gem that they have in their inventory, attach it to the stinger on their tail, and they are going to drive it directly through the jar into the phylactery soul. Oh, that's another net one for the DM. They absolutely they crushed that one. Oh, you have just enough time to register that their tail is glimmering with this jewel as it smashes through the bottle that was previously in your hands. You see the phylactery soul slowly start to be absorbed into the soul gem that is attached to Nasha's tail. With an almost vindictive smile, she's watching it be absorbed. And as it does so, you see that Ivan grows weaker and weaker. They grow a little pale around the edges. When the last of the soul has been absorbed into the soul gem, Ivan gives out a shuddering breath before he falls unconscious. Pulse low, but chest still moving. The body of the Lich slowly evaporates into a various collection of lights, shadows. This leaves one last thing. As you're all taking a look around the surveyed area, realizing that Ivan is very much in your grasp, but in bad shape, the mimic starts to release an eerie glow, and you hear an almost hissing noise as energy starts to release from its body. I'm going to roll for its target. There are 6 of you here today, so a d6 is more than appropriate. I reach into my cavalcade of dice. Down, Pumbaa! And the dice try to fight you. That is target number 4. Mirth. Mirth, the mimic, very much left disregarded and glowing this unfortunate energy, lashes its tongue out at you in an attempt to grapple. What is your base grapple?
My strength is 16.
Creature needs to roll higher than 16 in order to entrap you. 17! Barely one all over. The forked and spiked tongue lashes out, quickly wrapping around you in a tightened, almost cocoon-like embrace, pulling you halfway into its mouth. As the last moment of light leaves its body, there is a vicious explosion. What is your armor class?
19.
Oh, creature has to roll a 19 in order to do damage. Oh, I think we all know how this is going to go, but let's see. Here comes my one again. That is a 20. I need 3d8s worth of damage. Hold on just a moment.
That's super duper.
You sound thrilled. I can only imagine why. 3, 11, 18 points of damage to your face.
Okay.
The remains of the mimic are strewn everywhere. You're in a smoking crater. What is your HP?
I'm at 22 right now.
Beautiful. As you pull yourself up out of the crater, smoke billowing off of your frame. You have just enough time to collect yourself, put Punchline on your shoulder, before a sound is heard. Terror, screams, fear. In the nearby town of Stockston, a large, draconic-like creature is seen imprinted in the sky, not far, maybe an hour's journey away from where you are now. Something is coming to attack the town of Stockston. And that is where we leave our session for today.